yes, on with the garlic. Yeah, and you can do it with quite a lot of things. They will. It's a bit like with sunflowers. They'll be self-seeding. Oh yeah, anytime a recipe says only use like 2 cloves of garlic, you know they're lying. It should always be like garlic to taste. It's the same with chilies. Although I'll admit with chilies it more depends on what sort of a mood you're in. Because sometimes you want to have your, eyes blown off. And sometimes you really don't. Well, obviously, your phone is just like, nah, we want it to be from New York. This would be really funny and irritate her. Mine does that every now and then. Although I still think it's worse because sometimes you'll send an email and you'll spell something slightly wrong and it will change it. And then, unless you read it back over, you end up saying something either really stupid or you'll have like a word that isn't even really a word in there. I think one of them it changed, because I said aggrieved, it changed it to abbreviated. So it read, instead of, it's saying the person seemed quite aggrieved, like annoyed, but much more so. Yeah, it said they seemed quite abbreviated. And it's like, yes, that's exactly the sort of thing you send to people in an email. I've abbreviated you. You're just an ST now, instead of silly tomato. And that's the only problem with picking random letters. You have to then try and make them make sense. And nothing makes sense. Yeah, I will admit, I do like the fact that, because our work email is on Outlook, and yeah, it's pretty good because it'll be like, are you sure you want to send this email? And you'll have a quick read over and you're like, well, I've spelt that wrong, and that bit doesn't make any sense, and this bit's wrong, and this bit also doesn't make any sense. So no, I don't think I will send it actually. I think I'm going to go and hide, because if some of the other people that I worked with saw that, they would die laughing, in the nicest possible way. That's the one where I left them. Ah. Right, gents. There you go. I can press the right buttons and remember what I'm doing. Right, what's your next trade? Not great. And not great for you either. But I'm getting emeralds. Shut them back in. Press the wrong button again. Yeah, I suppose pumpkin. I did see that apple for a not apple emerald for an apple, and I was like, that is not great. I do have the other piles as well, so I'll go and cannibalise them in a sec. Trample my crops. Well, not really trample them. Yeah. Just because you're invisible doesn't mean you can walk into me. Terrible. Right. Have some floor bread. No, you live in there now. No, wrong button. Yeah, if I gather these up. And there was another patch somewhere as well. I think. Yeah, there you go. The building where I thought they were to begin with, where they aren't. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you're allowed to go and eat, love. Right, so... Always pick up your flowers when you break them. Well, you don't need to. I'm just being a little bit neat. Let's put the jack-o'-lantern somewhere obvious. Yeah, if we have him up here. I should have got more. Oh, actually, what am I thinking of? Hang on. Let's do this properly. If we're going to make it look like a person stood with a pumpkin head, may as well make it look like a person stood with a pumpkin head. No, stones at the bottom. Lady. Oh, you can tell I was playing by myself yesterday. Didn't need to take that one off, but that's okay. Right. Oh yeah. Can't do that, can you? Let's get some dirt, actually. Let's do this properly. There was already some in there. Let's run in the fire. Oh, hang on. Have I got some... Oh, some food planned. I just saw that and it said planted. There you go. Little wicker man. Well, it's not really a wicker man because it's not a man that's on fire or burning, but a little bit. I've got loads of seeds again. Get a load of bread for my guys so they can have kids. And I could do, do I want to do jacket potato? I suppose I could do jacket potatoes, couldn't I? As a food source. I think you get fairly decent XP as well. Oh, yeah. I've got 4 pumpkins planted. I'm really good at reading chat. Yeah, I've got 4 pumpkins planted, which isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing. No more poisonous potatoes. Oh, what a shame. Although, that does then mean we can jump on a fire for a little bit. If I get it set up so the villagers go press the wrong button, but that is fine. Ooh, actually, if I make a hole there, they can come through there instead. Well, I was going to say there's a good haul should have at least 2 really, and then I've got my dude here because one of the pumpkins was a jack-o'-lantern and I didn't realise it, so I've made a bit of a giraffe neck dude, but better than nothing. Yeah. And that's the other thing. When I went from Bedrock to playing Java, I would be lying if I didn't say that I said, what is this BS? The fact that you can't lead boats. Because that's what I used to do with the villagers. Whereas obviously in Java you don't have that, so you end up making the lovely corridors everywhere. Oh, I missed one. Although I will admit I'm going to have to get that down. Ooh, zombie. Oh, he despawned. There was a zombie where the poppy is there. Because I saw it and I was like, how is he there? And it's like, well, it is in cover a little bit. So, if I'm going to do that, I should have... Where's my stone? Oh yeah, I did start cooking stone because I was going to make it look pretty. Yeah, that's the other thing. When you have the different liquids in the cauldron, you put the different dyes in the cauldron, you get different shades. Best thing ever. So you can have proper fashion. You can have proper fashion shows for your armour stands. Your armour stands with dragon and zombie heads on that still sit around with just normal clothes on. Oh, wrong button. Pride last year was brilliant. Oh, hang on. Yeah, because Clio did their first one last year as well, didn't they? Clio and Gem on the same team talk about Chaos Gremlins. That was fantastic. Although not quite as good as Gem, Scar, Impulse and H-Bomb, when they were all just hid in the middle and everyone else is die-harding and they're just like cowering in the middle of not Battle Box. Oh, which one was it? And then Cub's team was just annihilating everyone as well. What's it like in that corner? Right, so if I get it, so it runs down here. At least I was pressing the right button, I just wasn't on the right tool. Diorite! Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, that's not too bad. I press all the correct buttons, just not necessarily in the right order.